that's easy to love. Please feel free to come back again. Come worship with us in Destiny. You that are watching, come worship with us in Destiny. Throw your hands up, everybody say it. Come worship with us at Destiny.
So there's two types of faith: declarative faith and active faith. Declarative faith, active faith. Declarative faith is understanding upon which faith has been established. So we can think of this mostly like as a system of beliefs. Christianity is a system of faith. And we call it the Christian faith, the Jewish faith. This is a system of beliefs, things that I string together that I believe in. That plays a lot into my faith, my active faith. Well, we will talk about later. Right now, declarative faith. So again, these are things like when I take communion, that I'm taking the blood and the body of Jesus Christ. Those are elements of our faith, because if you don't believe it means nothing. You're taking a light snack at that moment. So it's wise for us to understand what we believe in. I think that's one of the things that most of the religions have on us as Christians, is that we really don't know our doctrine that well. You know, we really don't know what we believe in. If I were to bring up the debate of if speaking in tongues is the true evidence of the Holy Spirit, we may argue about it, but we may not necessarily have anything substantial behind it besides what we've heard from preachers and pastors, mainly because we're not in our words enough. But we have to know these things if we're going to defend the gospel. What I want to do to kind of help explain the two of these is I'm going to do a couple of exercises and just pick up a couple of scriptures. And let's see if we can understand active faith versus declarative faith. And the goal is to be able to start to see this stuff in our lives. Because if you really are going to understand something, you have to be able to acknowledge it. You have to be able to distinguish it. And it's not enough just to say, oh, I have faith, but can't show and prove how that faith is applied. So then we're trying to distinguish between active faith and declarative faith. And it's not that one is any lower than the other, but you need both. I can't have faith if I don't understand faith. And I'll explain that actually in this verse here, Matthew 14. Let's go about verse 25, I think. And in the fourth watch of the night, Jesus went unto them walking on the sea. And when the disciples saw him walking on the sea, they were troubled, saying, is it a spirit? And they cried out for fear. But straightway Jesus spake unto them, saying, be of good cheer, it is I, be not afraid. And Peter answered him and said, Lord, if it be thou, bid me come until thee on the water. And he said, come. And when Peter was come down out of the ship, he walked on the water to go to Jesus. This is active faith. Peter literally got off of the boat and walked on water. And it wasn't wintertime. It's not frozen ice. It's not, hyperbole of him walking. No, he actually walked. He floated. However much Peter weighed, his mass floated in the ocean. Or they're probably at the sea around now. But he literally walked on water. And so the declarative faith comes from Peter as well, with saying, if it's you, tell me to come. Do you have the guts to say that? When Jesus, if it's you in that fire, tell me to come on in and I'll come up on in there. I'm not sure if I would even give Jesus Christ the chance to have me drown. Even though it is Jesus Christ and he has all power, it still takes a lot of faith while I'm on this boat, this safe boat here that's floating calm and fine, all the storms have stopped. It takes a lot of faith for me to say, oh, let me come to you. It takes even more faith for me to actually get off that boat and walk on water. So this is the action faith. I'm not just going to ask you to have me come. I'm actually going to actually have my faith goes into action and actually walk across this water. And a while ago we used to have this naming and claiming type of, we call it prosperity preaching. And it was great, and then it went away because we said that's not how God operates. And there's a lot of truth to a lot of that. But what it made us do was stop exercising our faith. I implore you guys to start, and that's what I've done. I realized that I want a lot out of life and a lot from God. And so I decided to declare what I'm going to be. And because I declare it, I now have to act upon it. This is me going back to James, that I'll show you my faith by my works. And it's not that I can only have faith with works, and that's a whole other conversation for another time. But I have to start exercising my faith. I have to take those baby steps. I believe today is going to be a good day. And so what that means when bad things happen, am I going to be a man of my word and really have faith that this day is still going to be good despite the bad things that have happened? Or am I going to let these bad things crumble my faith?
Come on.
See, that's why we are little, or we have weak faith and little faith, because we don't exercise it. Difficult things happen and we scatter. Difficult things happen and we run away. But are we going to have enough faith to stand and say, regardless of what the situation, it is well with my soul. Regardless of what things I have been faced with, regardless of what I'm going through, God has already given me enough power, enough protection, enough money, enough wisdom to get the things that I want, to get the things that I desire. See, we have to take the belt off of our faith and stop holding God to, well, I believe that God will make my paycheck come on Friday. No, that's what I'm supposed to get paid. That's not me having faith. We have to start to push the bounds of our faith and stop believing in God to do crazy things again. We have to, just like when they were going to the Gate of Beautiful, and I don't have somewhere to go, but what I do have, I give unto you. Take up your bed and walk. Get up and start walking. We have to start applying that faith again in all of these situations. If you have people at your job that don't like you, declare that they're going to be good to you. If you have classes that are difficult, declare that you're going to pass those tests. We have to actually exercise our faith if we're going to get stronger in this. We can't be passively faithful anymore. We have to be actively faithful. We have to declare it, and then we have to expect it. What are you expecting from God? Are you expecting God to blow your mind, or are you expecting God to go with the emotions? Wow. The choice is yours, though. The choice is yours. I have nothing else that I can say to make you start believing. You have that power. You have the power to make these thoughts become actions. So I'm going to leave you with that, knowing that God has already given you everything that you desire. And that if there's anything that you do want from Him, if there's healing, there's financial gain that you want, God is going to give you the power to do so if you put that to action. So walk that faith out. Let's give God a hand. I pray.